If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Welcome to the newest Run It Back episode. We are back, myself and Doms. We are here reviewing Dodgeball, a true underdog story. I'm your host, Mr. Lindenberg, joined by my co-host, Doms. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic, man. And yourself?
Doing well, man. Can't complain.
You got your 5 Ds intact?
Yes, sir. I got all the Ds
got all
intact.
5 Ds.
Yes, sir. And I'm super excited to discuss this movie. Before we get into it, look, I forgot how funny this movie was. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, she was like, are y'all doing a comedy this time? I was like, yeah. She's like, what comedy? I was like, Dodgeball. She was like, you've been wanting to do this for a while. I was like, yes, I have. She was like, is it as funny as you remember? I was like, we're going to find out. And we watched it. She's like, I'm glad you chose this because you were right. This is an extremely funny movie. Because I told her, I was like, I'm not the biggest. She knows I don't like Adam Sandler. So when it comes to white people comedies, she always likes to know which one I choose. And like, this is one of the ones. Like, I didn't realize, but low key, I'm a Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn fan. Like, I like a lot of their comedies. I feel like they have adult humor, whereas no disrespect to Adam Sandler, but it's very much so farts, dick jokes, and kiddish humor.
Right. Like, but whereas with Vince Vaughn, it's like most of Vince Vaughn's comedy is gonna hit.
Like, it
reminds me it's so relatable.
Like, if Adam Sandler's Family Guy, Vince Vaughn is American Dad. Whereas like Family Guy was cool to me when I was in high school growing up, but American Dad became funny to me college onward because I didn't realize the adult humor and the things to political nature. And like, that's Vince Vaughn.
A lot of that stuff didn't go over your head anymore.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn is like the adult who smokes so many cigarettes and is drunk, and Adam Sandler is the jock who gets drunk at the parties and tells jokes. Like, two different types of funny.
Exactly. Like, Vince Vaughn is that guy you kind of want to be, and then Adam Sandler is that guy you will just want to stay away from. You know what I mean?
So what were your initial thoughts of the movie?
Man, like I told you, this is my first time actually ever seeing this film. Like, I've always heard about it. I've seen,
Oh, wow. This is a great review then. So, because you've never seen it.
Yeah, never seen the movie in its entirety until, a few days ago. And yeah, man, the comedy holds up. I will say that. I was kind of expecting some super cringe comedy, some kind of racist comedy.
There are some moments that are like, oh, they couldn't say that in 2023, but not many.
Yeah,
but there's some. There are definitely some.
There in a few moments, like the cheerleader.
Patches O'Houlihan, like that dude was saying some foul shit with like just calling. He didn't say lesbian, but he kept calling her the other word. And
the D word.
I'm like, you wildin'. You wildin'.
It just wasn't one time. He kept saying it. I was like,
multiple times. I was like, okay, yeah, this is a 2004 comedy because y'all would not say some of this shit in 2023. But in terms of the jokes, they still hold up. That's the problem with a lot of comedies in early 2000s. The jokes don't hold up. But this one definitely did.
Even the pacing, for the most part, I was like, okay, it's easy to keep up with, and that's all you can ask for in a movie like this.
And it wasn't long, literally.
No, not at all. It's like like maybe 100 minutes or so.
If even, I was shocked that it was over an hour. Honestly,
yeah. Wiki says 92 minutes. So
it doesn't feel like it. It feels like an hour. Literally,
it felt like a TV episode. It flew by.
Introducing the Joes, introducing the villains, setting up what they have to go do. Yep. And then they do the intro tournament, the intro qualifying match. And then there's literally like
the finals tournament is like, that's it.
It's one match, a montage of matches, and then the final match. We really only see them play dodgeball 3 times.
Yep. Granted, the last time they last about 30 minutes, but there's some stuff in between. But they're made for the better of the movie, in my opinion.
No, it worked because I think if they would have dragged it out, it might not have worked.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, if each match would have been like 10 minutes or so, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Anything else you got that you want to add before we get cracking?
Man, it's just the fact that it's a 2004 movie and it just had like all these vibrant colors. Like, I feel like this was the moment before The Edge came in where we got dark movies all the time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That was tight to see, vibrant and bright colors. And
also, I like that they add that since this is your first time seeing it, the fact that ESPN, the Ocho, became a thing after, and it showed ESPN that, hey, maybe people care about irrelevant sports.
Right.
And that became a thing.
A lot of people do, yeah.
Literally, the other day, they bring it back every so often throughout the years. The other day, ESPN News switched to ESPN the Ocho, and they showed ping pong. They showed like all kind of different shit. And you don't get that. You don't get that without this movie.
Right.
Fact.
Like you got to cater to those kind of niche audiences, you know.
That's a big
So
fact.
that worked.
So,
and also just like the quirky music that played throughout the entire movie.
Yep.
Like he's got these like
it's definitely like, a 2000
exactly
film, for sure. All right, for those that are new to this, the show goes, I'll read the background where we give you some background information of the film. We do a scene rundown where we go through the film, talk about moments throughout. We then go through our categories person. This week's categories are funniest person in the movie, winner of the movie, best actor, loser of the movie, sixth man of the movie, best scene, best team, best teammate, best what the fuck cameo, WTF. Is this training montage good? Yes or no? Funniest quote, and are we sure? So with that being said, let's jump into it. Dodgeball, True Underdog Story is a 2004 sports comedy film written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber. Never really heard of him, but good on him. Starring Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller, the film follows a group of unlikely misfits who enter a Las Vegas tournament in hopes of winning $50,000 to save their cherished local gym from being taken over by corporate health fitness chain Globo Gym. Theatrically released by 20th Century Fox on June 18, 2004, the film received positive reviews from critics and grossed $168.4 million on a $20 million budget. Talk about made a lot of money. People would be surprised it didn't get a sequel, but we'll get to that. The film received, a sequel is in development now. So we will discuss that in a little bit. When the film was screened to test audiences, the original ending had Average Joe's lose to Globo Gym in the final match. After that ending was viewed extremely negative by the test audiences, they rewrote the ending in a sudden death match, and Average Joe's winning the dodgeball tournament were added alongside White Goodman going back to obesity. Real quick before I continue the background, very interesting they didn't have the sudden death match in the beginning. That was one of the most important parts of the movie.
Exactly, yeah. like that's what the movie was leading up to.
I could not imagine this movie ending with a loss. That's a typical Vince Vaughn thing because he always takes L's in his movie.
Every single movie he's in, he's taking some kind of L. But here's the thing. I looked up Rawson Marshall Thurber, and apparently this was the first film that he directed. He also notable ones that he does. He directed We're the Millers. Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart. Skyscraper.
That's trash.
And Red Notice.
So look, I'll give him this one. Central Intelligence is incredible. Great comedy. We the Millers isn't bad. And honestly, I liked Red Notice as like a cheesy action film. Like it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. But Skyscraper's horrible in my opinion.
Yeah, it was bad.
He likes The Rock.
And the thing is, I had expectations for it. I had expectations for Skyscraper.
People were saying Skyscraper was going to be The Rock's Die Hard, and it was like, ugh.
No.
This is not that. Like,
not at all.
But good for Rawson Marshall Thurber. Pretty good career.
Yeah. He's got some hits.
Like, he's not going to be considered in the best directors of all time.
Oh, no, not
but
at
at least he's not in the worst directors of all time, you know?
Right.
He's
he has some good comfort films, and that's all we can ask for.
He's a director with some hits, and he's a millionaire because of it. Yeah. So, shout out to him. All right. I'm glad. Good on picking that thing. If you ever have something like that, just throw it up in there. Hell yeah, I love that. So I said about the ending. In 2005, two New York screenwriters. This is an interesting fact about the movie. In 2005, two New York screenwriters, David Price and Ahsoka Thomas, filed suit in federal court against Fox and Thurber, claiming copyright infringement of an unproduced screenplay they had written called Dodgeball, the movie, by Thurber and Fox. They alleged there was a number of similarities in the plots of the two screenplays and that Thurber may have had access to the screenplay by Price and Thomas, which was finished a month before his and submitted to an agent whose assistant he was acquaintance with. Lawyers for the defendants dismissed some of the allegations as coincidental. They said that both screenplays were the work of writers who use common formaic elements. Judge Shira Schlinden denied the defense motion for summary judgment and ordered a jury trial. But Fox and Thurber settled out of court in its first week. Wow. So they made a lot of money, but
that is interesting.
This is what I felt a very need to put this in. This is what some of the stuff the Writers Guild is fighting for, man.
Right.
So, like,
for
for all of
all for the sake of creativity. You know, all for the sake of creativity and a paycheck.
Exactly. So
pay these people, man. Pay these people.
Pay them. Like, that is one thing. Yes. I know we still, we've said this in the last episode. This podcast will be very, very highly promoted because we're not supposed to. Let me not say we're not supposed to. Yeah. Reviewing new movies is really like, you're not supposed to promote.
It's looked down upon at the moment.
Yeah, you can still review the new movies, but it's not really best to promote them. So, for example, we reviewed Oppenheimer. That's going to be out for our fans. If you're a longtime fan of us, you will be able to see it, but we're not going to really heavily promote it. Whereas this is something we're going to heavily promote. So make sure you support the WGA and the SGA. We will put links to helping donate to them in every podcast, every movie podcast going forward. Just want to, I got a runny nose. Just want to let everybody know we support them. We stand with them. It's just part of our content to review new movies, and we're not going to promote those. We're going to let you know. Also, we're not making money from them, so this is just something we do out of
it's
the
a
love.
hobby.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a hobby. Yeah.
Well, it's our
and
career,
like you said, it's out of love.
But we're just doing it for the love right now.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it is.
We're not doing it for them.
Exactly. Just wanted to say that, just so y'all all know. Again, if you don't know where we stand, that's where we stand. Back to the background. So in April 22nd, 2013, it was announced that 20th Century has started developing a sequel to the film with Clay Tarver and writing the script, and Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn returning to star. However, that never happened. But recently, in April of 2023, it was announced that 20th Century had begun production on the sequel, with Vince Vaughn set to return and possibly serve as producer on the new film. No word if Ben Stiller's coming back, but Ben Stiller is doing a Tropic Thunder, so it seems like they're doing sequels to his early movies. I feel like a sequel to this would have worked a while ago, but
I feel like it's kind of overdue for it.
Like,
I feel like we're overdue.
I don't know if it'll work in 2023. How do you feel about it?
Yeah. I feel like it'll be very much swept under the rug. Like if they come out with a Dodgeball sequel in 2023, like it's like, well, one, at this point where we are now in 2023, what kind of jokes are going to be able to be told? You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be one thing.
And like, my thing is, so if he's not rich, what, did he lose all of his money? How did the lawyer let him lose all of his...
Did he keep gambling?
Yeah. So I don't know if a sequel will work, but we shall see. We'll see if it even happens. So with that being said, let's get into the scene rundown. So basically, the intro of White Goodman was such a perfect way to set up the movie. Oh my God. It shows White is not only a douchebag, but he's not a complete villain yet. It's more so asshole, and it's like, okay, are we following this guy? Yeah. And I thought that was interesting because as the film goes, it shows you White getting shittier and shittier, and it's like by the end, it's like, oh,
every scene he's just
you do like, not like
he can't be saved.
Facts.
He can't be saved.
Facts. The next thing I said is we then see how bad Peter LaFleur's life is. Dude's car gave out on him, and he had to get a bunch of dudes to push it. Like, this dude's life is shitty, bro. Like, it is horrible. Anything you got in the beginning portion before I continue?
No, it just goes back to, like, Vince Vaughn is like always just a super relatable guy. Like, he's just that guy that you see when you're like, man, I had a bad day today, but at least it wasn't as bad as Vince Vaughn's day in whatever movie he was in.
And literally every day Vince Vaughn has in his movies are horrible. Right. Like his house is just a hot mess, bro. That milk he had looked bad. Like, gosh. That house was.
Like, imagine the smell. Imagine just waking up in his shoes.
Like, if you're a woman, how would you want to sleep at that dude's house?
Right.
Like, it's like he didn't leave college bachelor mode. Like,
right. Yeah. He just kind of stayed there.
He stayed at 21 years old and just hasn't, like, aged, but his mental hasn't aged, like, at all, which is wild.
Right.
We then meet the crazies of Average Joes. It starts with Gordon, who loves obscure sports. The fact that this made ESPN the Ocho to me was hilarious, but he loves obscure sports. Then we get Justin, who his name is Justin Long in real life. My girlfriend was like, wait, did they mess up? Or is that's really...
what I thought too.
I was like, huh? And I was like, no, his name is Justin. And when I first saw it, I didn't get it. But this time I was like, why did
kind of tongue-in-cheek joke moment right there.
Apparently he was one of the last people to be cast, and at that point they had a character written as Justin, as like a small character, but Vince Vaughn made it bigger and wrote it in, and they were like, oh, we'll just keep his name as Justin.
Justin, That's awesome, then.
We then meet the Pirate Steve.
Oh yeah,
who is
played
just
by
like
Alan Tudyk.
Like, man, this was one of the things that broke Alan Tudyk out to the mainstream. But Pirate Steve, hilarious. And
man,
I think that's Oh well, I wrote this. In Justin Scene, did you realize when they did the backstory on the cheerleader, the girl that fell on him in 69 position was Lori Beth Denberg.
Yep,
from all that. Yeah.
Yes. I was like, wait a second. Then she got close, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Lori Beth.
Lori Beth Denberg. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So the next thing I wrote is we meet Catherine Beach from the bank. She comes to see Peter because they're seizing his gym. No shit, they were seizing that gym, bro.
Right. With the state that thing was in, yeah.
Like,
how was that? How did he still have access to that gym?
Look at his records, bro.
Look at his apartment.
Yeah, like
look at everything.
If his apartment tells you anything, it shows how unorganized he is. And when you're running a business, there's no way you can be that unorganized. Or
there's no room for that much error. No room.
Exactly. Or it fucking failed.
Yeah.
Next thing I wrote down is we then get insight into White as we go to Globo Gym, and we see the differences between Average Joes and White. And we start to see more of how White is a villain. Like some of the things that he was saying in the clips to people while they're working out.
Junk.
Like, hey, Katie, I see you're fat over there. Make sure you do some extra squats. It was like, is this live?
Yeah. Like I'm gonna leave. Like, you're not getting as much membership money. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
How much do you think they charge for membership?
Listen, bro, I'm thinking maybe $2 a month.
So I wanted to do this here. So let me see how much the most expensive, the nicest gym in my city, which is Lafayette. Let's see how much it costs right now, which is 2023. So for a single monthly membership is $60 a month. For like a family of 4, it's $150 a month. If you want to pay yearly, it's like the registration. Excuse me, monthly is $60 a month plus the $200 registration fee. And then if you want to play for a year, it's $250 registration fee, and then a $70 month deposit for the month. So that's now. He probably charged, like you said, $150 to get in.
Yeah. Like at that time, Just because, he's going to charge you for letting you use the equipment, but he's going to charge extra for his own head. So he can get paintings like the one he has in his office.
Facts.
But I did want to point out a line that he told Pete, where he was like, I have shareholders. You don't even have cup holders. Like, that just made me bust out laughing.
I'm gonna say all my quotes because I wrote a bunch of them down. I'm gonna say them all at the end. But that was funny as hell. Yeah. Next thing I wrote down. I did say White said add 3 pounds of weight to the woman's scales. What a douche! Like, he told Marcel right before they walk in, make sure you go to women's changing room and add 3 extra pounds to the scale. Like, fucking their mentals up, bro. That's insane. At this point, it's going from asshole to douchebag to like, this guy's kind of evil. Like
the bar just keeps going.
Yep. So White goes in on Peter and is like, you're a broke bitch, LaFleur, and I'm buying your gym.
Basically.
Pretty much. Like,
and what can you do about it?
Yeah, you can't. You're not gonna be able to do anything about it. And then so Peter and his crew has 30 days to raise $50,000, which, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if in real life these niggas wouldn't have raised that money. They was going down.
At that time? No.
Yeah, they were going down. So they decide the first thing to do is let's do a car wash. So why in God's green earth did they think Owen, a skinny, lanky, big nose, nerdy looking dude, Gordon, a fat, nerdy looking dude with glasses, the black guy who is just the weirdest looking black guy there.
Yeah, he's bald. He's just there.
Justin Long, Vince Vaughn, and I forget and Steve the pirate could raise $50,000 through a car wash. Like, what the hell? And then they do the classic joke of, they decide to do the car wash, and literally the same day, some sexy ladies are doing the car wash.
Right.
But
it's like the super cliche moment.
They have one customer, and it's really a perv. Honestly, maybe pedophile, because Justin may be 17.
Yeah, he's like a high schooler, right?
Yeah, he's a high school kid, and the dude's just standing there with his dog barking at him,
his belly out and stuff.
Like, hey, make sure you get there in those rims. Get there. And Gordon's like, we kind of need to do something about this. Don't you think? Like, we definitely should do something about this. Like, what?
Right. And then Dwight he's just at the car wash with like a Speedo on. He's got like wristbands and he's got a headband on. Like, what are you doing, man? And I also wanted to pose this question too. When's the last time that a movie had a car wash scene?
Oh, I can't think of any, man.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a minute. Like, they got rid of the car wash trope.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I think the last good one I saw was maybe Final Destination.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a while. I'm gonna think about that. Y'all let us know in the comments, when's the last car wash scene you've seen in a movie, and what's your favorite car wash scene you've seen in a movie? Let us know in the comments.
I personally like the one from Bring It On. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That was kind of fire.
That's a good one. Now you got me googling car wash scenes.
Car wash scenes
in movies. I gotta see, because I know there's a list of them. This is a funny one. Let's see. So we got a list of most famous car wash scenes in movies. Let's see what comes up. Oh, Bad Teacher, where Cameron Diaz is doing the girl trope of it.
Right.
Let's see what we got. Let's see. So we're gonna see. This list gives it to me, and I have to click through, but we'll click through and see. Oh, Liv Tyler from One Night at McCool's. Keona Mira from this is a Bollywood movie. Excuse me. Let's see the next.
Did you ever see Date Movie from a long time ago?
Date Movie. That sounds familiar.
It was one of the parody movies, like Scary Movie. This one was Date Movie.
Probably so.
But I just remember that car wash scene. She's like washing the car and she's like on top of it. Then out of nowhere, she just pulls out like these Burger King Whoppers and just starts splashing them all over her body and stuff. It was just ridiculous.
The black movie Car Wash.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Where they walk literally it's literally about a car wash with, I think that's Dr. Dre and
Snoop Dogg and
man.
It's got Eminem in it. Remember Eminem's in it for a little while?
Yeah. Like, what the hell is going on right now, man? Like,
what's his name? DJ Pooh's on the phone and he's like, hey, he's gonna come rob you. He's like, I can hear everything you're saying. That movie's so
that's
stupid,
hilarious. Man. Y'all let us know. But yeah, I think Bad Teacher would be the last one I remember.
Yeah.
Because that was in 2011. So that's how long it's been.
Yeah.
Grown Ups had one in 2013, but I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it was as good as the Bad Teacher one. So
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bad Teacher. But to your point, the Bring It On one was pretty damn good.
That was up there. That's top
tier. All right, let's get to the next thing I have is okay, so I literally wrote down when White is going to talk to the bank attorney and he pumps up his penis cup, I literally spit out my water.
My gosh, dude. I was like, what is this man on? It's like back to what you said, like each time we see him, it's just the bar keeps filling.
And like right before that,
I'm like, all right.
He has a pizza and he's looking at it and he's like, oh yeah, you don't want anything to do with me, huh? Should I eat you? Don't do it, you fat piggy. And then he was about to put it in his crotch before Michelle walked in.
Then it's just like sitting in there.
I think his name is Michelle. I think it's
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. Like so and that's another trope, calling buff black dudes Michelle, or white dudes as well, giving them a
female name. Yeah.
But pumping up his crotch with that thing, I literally spit my water out. And then when the girl comes in, he was like, oh yes, I was reading. Dude was reading the dictionary. Right. What a horrible book to choose. What a clown. Like
one of the worst books in the world.
So since the guys decide to play dodgeball, they begin watching an explanation video that is low-key subtly racist, as they called the Asian people Chinamen, literally bringing back all those old racist tropes. But I did see another person to add to What the Fuck cameo. Fucking the guy who voices all the Simpsons stuff, Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
As young Patches O'Houlihan.
Like, wait a minute, man. It just seems so random. Like he was just there.
Yeah, like what a random person to have in there.
Right.
But Peter keeps flirting with the lawyer, and the crazy thing is she'll after seeing how trash his office and his house is, it's like, why are you entertaining this guy, lady?
Right.
It makes me think the lawyer has low standards.
Exactly.
Peter LaFleur, because she was into it like from the jump, bro.
Yeah.
Like once she saw him, she was like, oh, this guy's kind of cute.
Right. No questions about it.
Zero. And like you see his bank statement, like,
it's like, you not see any red flags here. Like nothing's going off in your head.
He got more zeros than he does ones. Like, no, sir. No, sir.
She's like, yeah, I put myself in debt for him.
Like, yeah, I'm going. We're doing it.
Right.
So then we get the qualifying match, and this is hilarious. It's all the tiny girls versus Bernice, tiny girls and Bernice.
Yeah, they're like what, Girl Scouts?
Yeah. So they literally walk in, bro. Gordon's wife literally starts laughing at him for getting out. I was like,
gosh, that hurts so bad. That hurts so bad. I was like, this lady and this poor man.
And his kids look so sad sitting next to her.
They're like, come on, Dad. Like,
that's gotta be their stepmama. There's no way that's their real mom, because she wasn't even sitting by him. They were sitting below, and she was like,
yeah, I don't want to associate myself with y'all. Y'all stay right there.
Just laughing at that man, bro. That shit
was terrible, man.
That shit was hilarious.
She's so trash.
But hey,
it's so trash.
Them girls beat Average Joe's ass.
Hey, boy. They had cannons for arms, boy. I was like, oh my God.
Also, why was the lawyer there? She did not need to be there, but she loves Peter LaFleur.
Yep.
I was literally like, yo, this is crazy. I wrote down, why the hell was she there? She had no reason to be there.
And then she was there, like, not even having a bad time either. Like, she's just so
fun.
Yeah, just supporting.
But the girls get disqualified because Bernice tested positive for 3 steroids and beaver tranquilizer.
Beaver, I wrote that down too. I was like, oh my goodness, that's so random. Yeah, then her arms all hairy and stuff. She's like 2 feet taller than all the other girls.
Literally deeper than my voice. Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is so tough.
2023, that you can't do that.
Yeah, no, not at all. You can't have anyone on any kind of steroids now.
Well, I mean, you can do the steroid thing. I was thinking more so of making fun of like the trans, like because she was literally like turning into a man. Like you can't do that. Like but the steroids thing I thought was fun. It was the beaver tranquilizer. I was like, what y'all doing?
And that was like the last thing they mentioned too. They're like, yeah, this steroid, and beaver tranquilizer. I'm like, make it make sense, man.
So they qualify. They then go out for a drink. The lawyer's still there with Peter, and then White shows up with his dodgeball team, and then we meet his team. I have his team's name: Michelle, Blade, Laser. Blazer. And then Fran Stalanakskovich.
And even with Fran, I was like, yo, who is this chick? And then I looked it up and I was like, oh, it's her. So you have probably seen her in something, but I know her from Bringing Down the House.
Yes,
I was like, yo, I had no idea. You could hardly tell underneath all the.
So I knew she was a famous actress, but to your point, I could never tell who she was, and now that you show her, I know who that is. Like legitimately,
very distinctive face.
I just love how they did the Shaq thing, where Shaq was like Kovich. Anybody with Kovich, Kovich, and then her and Owen fall in love in first sight.
And also wrote down how Owen is like that one friend that you just gotta have around. Like you got a friend that doesn't contribute much, but they just gotta be around.
And then just to get us to know more about Fran legitimately damn near kills a man with a dodgeball. First scene.
I put here, I said, rest in peace, jukebox guy. Because they keep panning the camera to him. He's not moving. And then they're eventually like, I think that guy's dead.
Dude was fucked up.
He was all twisted and everything, man.
We get more of an even evil version of White as he sees this waitress is struggling with a full tray, pushes them in the if them dudes too nice, I'd have beat that nigga ass right there.
Bro. That would have been it for him.
You're doing that. I don't care if you got big ass Michelle, Blade, Blazer.
They can all get it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm going out swinging for that.
I'm more scared of Fran than I am White.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And look, I'm gonna be honest,
not a threat.
The lawyer was not helping in this situation. She couldn't do shit to Fran.
It was over.
All right, next thing I wrote down is Patches O'Houlihan sees all of this and is like, I want to train y'all. Like, That's a are we sure? Are we sure that the man...
What is the coincidence of him being there at that moment, that happening for his sport, literally his sport?
Like the man from the video, the best dodgeball player in the world. I wrote the
same thing. I was like, wait a second.
But we get Patches, and then it begins another training montage or training. Yep. We get the famous line before he throws a wrench at Justin. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. We get their training montage. Poor Gordon, man. He gets smoked by that car twice, dude. Bro.
And they were like, yeah, come on, you can do it.
Like, what?
He finally gets the courage. He's like, yeah, okay, I can do it.
Bop, hit. If you can dodge a car, you can dodge a ball. That is nuts, right. Bro. And they was just doing it. Like,
shit. We believe him. He'll lead us to victory.
Justin Long just keeps getting smoked with them balls. Like, that shit was hilarious, bro. Dude couldn't dodge.
Had it bad the entire time.
We then see finally the lawyer joins the team. So
and she played what, softball?
Yeah. But she realizes like it's still gonna be a conflict of interest. So like she goes over to White to quit. White gets the lawyer fired though before she can even go over there to quit because he tells the bank that she was smoking crack and drinking on the job, bro. What? She could get disbarred for that.
I thought that was so random because he could have literally said anything.
But he said he could have just told the drugs and drinking on the job. Like, bro, she could get disbarred for that. Like, that's crazy.
That could be the rest of her career. Like, that could be it.
Like, holy shit. And then another, are we sure? Peter LaFleur shows up there the same time as White. Like, bro, these dudes must have Naruto. Like,
they got that location on jutsu.
Yeah, bro. They got Sharingan so they could see what's about to happen. Like, I don't know how they
like he just smelled it and said,
I gotta go to.
Yeah, put his fingers on his head like Goku and just instant transmission.
Yes. And
I just showed up.
How did he know where her house was?
Bro, that's another question I had. I wrote that down. I was like, bro, how did both of them just know where she lived and they introduced themselves to her house? Like, they didn't do anything. They were just like, hey, me, I'm here.
Yo, fucking
what's
nuts.
up?
But the lawyer doesn't need saving as she smashes White's head into the door, beat his ass. That shit was hilarious. And he was like, I'm gonna get you. And he was freaking out. I know I wrote some quotes down from there. We'll get to all the funny quotes in a bit, but I know I wrote some shit down from that one. The next thing I wrote down is, boy, the lawyer is addicted to unicorns. She is a unicorn hoarder. Like, that was too many. I'm sorry. I'd have walked out if I was Peter LaFleur. Not right. But it makes sense now why she's willing to get with this crazy nigga, because she crazy.
Yes. They're crazy matches.
Also,
she just has her head on straighter than he does.
Yeah, facts. So we then go to Las Vegas. We meet Pepper and Cotton, the hosts of ESPN The Ocho. But what made me start crying is as they're walking through the locker room, as we're getting a pan through the locker room, they legitimately said such and such, these people, players report this, that, and the third, and it's like, but if you're a dyslexic player, you cannot play. Bro, why the random shot at dyslexia?
Like somebody with dyslexia watch the movie like, what did I do? like you said on the last episode, 50 Cent. What the fuck? Why you saying fuck me for?
That has nothing to do with playing dodgeball. Like
anything at all. And I didn't make a note here about Cotton, like not Cotton, but Pepper. I was like, it's so good seeing Jason Bateman not be a middle-aged man that has his head on straight.
Hey, I remember
his hair's all out and everything.
See, everybody gives Jason Bateman credit for Ozark, which is rightfully so. That's an incredible show. But I knew him as Pepper, so I was like, how is this guy going to be a fucking drug lord? Even if you knew him from Arrested Development, it's like, Jason Bateman, huh?
Yeah. See, I personally love him from Horrible Bosses.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites.
But see, that's the transition to Ozark. He's doing this, and Horrible Bosses showed he had a little dark side. Him and Jason Sudeikis.
Even Smoking Aces, he had a few comedic moments. And
you're right. He is in that. Yeah, I forgot about that. So Owen orders them some uniforms, but the post office delivered the wrong gear. They walk out in S&M bondage gear, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
They got like leather and chains, and it's all bad.
I'm ball gag, no. Like,
yeah.
They did
dressed
the black
like complete
wrong.
gimps. Wait. The gimp mask and everything.
I gotta pull up Dodgeball S&M uniforms. Hold on. I gotta see how they had the black dude dressing, because I'm pretty sure they had.
I think he had on like the chainmail vest. I think that's what he had on.
Yeah, he had on the chain. You're right. He didn't have the ball gag. Owen did. I thought they gave it to the black dude. Yeah, he just had a chainmail vest. Bro. You're right. And that's Gordon had handcuffs. Like, what? How you supposed to throw a ball?
Right.
But they magically disappear when the game starts. That's the fucking funny thing. But Joe's win game 1 thanks to the lawyer and LaFleur. David Hasselhoff is pissed at the end.
Dude, here's the thing. When they were showing all the teams and the German team was like, Hasselhoff, I'm like, what the fuck was that about? But then when he shows up, I'm like, all right. Like,
he was pissed.
I thought it was just random. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm with it though. I'm with it.
He said, don't say my name before y'all matches if y'all not about to win.
Right.
Oh shit. So then Patches is so excited about the win. Patches gives Peter LaFleur his legendary scarf and says, let's go celebrate with hookers. Pete turns him down though. Why did that old man think somebody want to go get hookers with him?
Right. He's in a wheelchair. They gotta roll him around. And
then you gotta think what type of hookers he about to get. Some $40 hoes.
Hey man, you about to take me to the bad spot. I'm not rolling with you.
You gonna get somebody some STDs, bro? Like, hell no. Not riding with Patches. No. Justin sees his lady is there, and then that douche cheer partner's mean to him.
Oh yeah.
I thought that shit was funny. But they make it to day 2. Average Joe's and Globo Gym make it to the semifinals. We see another montage of games. Joe is relying on Gordon to get out of the last game to win. And Gordon sees his wife flirting with this man. His kid does like this. Like his kid's like, stand up. Like you're not gonna stand up. Be a man. Gordon gets angry and Gordon smashes the dude face to get to the finals.
Got like a 10-second slow-mo scene of him just getting hit in the face and spitting. Like,
love that. That was a good win for Gordon. Yeah,
I love it.
Because he don't get no more wins for the rest of the movie.
No, that's it. But that was his moment.
He would, you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of the relationship between Ed Helms and his wife in The Hangover.
Yes, bro.
But where Ed Helms ends up leaving her, I don't think Gordon leaves her after
No, not at all. He goes right back home to her after the tournament. When he has the money, he still goes home with her.
He's like, it's gonna be better now. I'm a man now. No, brother, she's still gonna walk
I got
your ass. Like, geez. But as they're winning, they're going to walk and to celebrate in the casino. And as they're walking, the fucking thing falls on Patches O'Houlihan and he dies.
I threw my hands up at that moment. I was just like, huh? It just happens. Hey, and then the next scene, they're just sitting down drinking beer like it didn't happen. Then who was it? Owen, he goes like, yeah, that's the way that he would have wanted to go out.
Like, what?
And they're like, what are you talking about?
I forgot that's how he died. My girlfriend goes, wait, that's how he died? I was like,
it was just so random out of nowhere. And like he's just willing his way. You just see the sign just falls, the camera cuts, then comes back to the sign, and you just see feet underneath the sign like this.
like he's the
Wizard of Oz or something. Yeah. Like it's the Wicked Witch. I was like, no way.
Oh, that shit is hilarious, bro. So Peter then goes, they talk about it. Peter's like, I can't deal with this right now. Peter goes to his room, sees White Goodman. He offers him a payoff, but we don't know it at the time. Obviously, we figure something's up. He then, as he goes back to the guys, sees Pirate Steven, goes, you're not a pirate. Peter goes full douche mode. I felt so bad for Pirate Steven.
Oh, man. Because he was just being himself the entire movie. He was just being himself. Then he's one of the best players.
Exactly. He's one of the best ones. That's fucking crazy. Like, holy shit. But before anyone goes to bed, Owen goes to fuck Fran.
He's like, I'm not getting anything else out of this. I'm getting Fran, trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna win some way. Hey, Owen low-key might be the winner of their team.
Yeah,
exactly. He said, I'm either getting the money or I'm getting a girl. We doing one or the other.
And don't let me get both.
Yeah, thanks. It's now time for the final Global Gym versus Joe's, but Peter isn't there. The lawyer goes to check his room. Peter's still not there. He had already checked out. Peter goes to a bar ahead of going home. Before we get to who he sees there, they then cut back to the guys, and everybody's like, yeah, this isn't gonna work out without our guy. They all fucking think that this is impossible. And boom, it cuts back to Peter, and they say, you know what, we're gonna get an athlete to tell him not to quit. What athlete should we get? One of the best at the time. Lance Armstrong. I think this cameo, bro, I think this cameo is 20 times better in 2023 because Lance Armstrong was the biggest cheater when it comes to sports. Like, my girlfriend was like,
"Ain't thinking back on this, it's like, wow."
She was like, she forgot this movie. She was like, ain't no way they got Lance Armstrong. I was like, baby, it's 2004. She was like, oh shit. Everybody had to
we were watching Limestone bands, yes.
Nigga,
everybody had Limestone bands.
I had two, a black and yellow,
And then we got the King James bands, you know, and then silly bands. It just kept going from there.
What an era it was in human history. The wearing of the Lance Armstrong.
We were such sheeps. We saw one yellow band on somebody's wrist and said, "Hey, I gotta get one of those."
And then the fact that he got caught using all the steroids in the world.
Except for beaver tranquilizer.
Yeah.
No beaver tranquilizer for him.
So Lance Armstrong convinces us to go back because he said he had lung, brain, and testicular cancer at once. I was like, I don't remember him having all that shit.
I was like, that sounds like a lot. Somebody's lying.
I was like, I thought he just had ball cancer. Like, that's what I thought. Like, holy shit, that's crazy.
He's gonna tell us now he's dyslexic. He's gonna add that to the list.
No, that's fucking nuts. But all right, the next thing I wrote down is, so everybody's showing up late. They're not gonna win. Justin runs in late because he had the cheer event, which they win.
Yeah, they won the cheer event.
The Globo Gym entrance is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. I instantly thought about Stomp the Yard when I saw that. I was like, yo, this is hilarious.
One of the best.
Yes.
Oh, man. So Peter arrives at the last minute to stop the forfeit, but the Chancellor, we find out, who is William Shatner, is the friend.
That was another one. I'm like, what is he? Why is he here?
Yes.
It's like they were just sitting in the room and say, "Hey, you know anybody famous?" They were like, "Yeah, let's make that call."
Let's get William Shatner. Yeah. And the fact that's White's friend was hilarious. And even him was like, White, we have to put it to a vote. Give me the scepter back. And White was like, no.
First name basis.
So it goes to a vote. And I wrote this down. I wrote each person's name. Shout out to the black man. The brother held him down. Mr. Chelsea with a yes. Bro, Miss Lewis was an ultimate Karen. She didn't just say no. She went, no. Like her face
and
like,
everything was like, no, never.
Fuck them. And then it comes down to the final vote, which is Chuck freaking Norris. And Chuck hits him with a big smile and a thumbs up.
They were like, Chuck Norris. I was like, watch this not be Chuck Norris. And it freaking was Chuck Norris.
White goes, I'm gonna get you, Chuck Norris. He's so shit.
Chuck Norris is just there.
Oh, shit. So Globo Gym starts off with a big lead, and then it only becomes Justin battling 4 Globo Gymmers. Justin catches the ball in to bring the lawyer in. The lawyer catches to bring Peter in. Justin has his moment. The girl says, I love you. Wrong time to say that. Justin gets hit in the head.
He gets hit.
Wrong time to say that. As she's leaving, White. They then get the lawyer out, and as she's leaving, White pegs her in the face, gets a foul, and she goes, Peter, kick their ass. And then they both have a double fault, and that was White's second time. So boom, second offense, we get sudden death. Peter versus White. Catching the ball doesn't do anything. They have to throw it to get him out. They have to stand in a certain area. So Peter thinks, hey, I'm gonna do the patches. This is kind of, are we sure? I don't think this shit would have worked.
No way. And he gets like, wait,
he's not like some
around the back of his head.
Bro, he's not some martial arts master. This is some white dude with an alcohol issue. Like, this nigga is not
in a
about
messy apartment. The only thing he has going for him right now is his tournament and that chick over there. That's it. That's it.
Bro,
but he miraculously
he literally neo dodges like,
and then grabs the ball and
just bow, and
then knocks White like what, 15 feet back?
Yeah, like he had super strength. Like what?
Right, out of nowhere.
And you know what that reminds me of is that dude.
What's that?
In the last episode that we talked, the dude pushing his foot on the elevator.
Oh yeah. And at the bottom of the metal bin. He's like, bro, where'd you get this from?
Like he's Superman.
Yeah. Dude, you did not do this yesterday, bro. Like, what's going on with you, man?
Peter with the ultimate pushing White back 15 feet.
Bro, you never put a blindfold on in your life, and now you do this now, and you're in the Matrix. Like, what's going on here, bro?
That shit was hilarious. So Peter, they win. White's like, haha, you sold average Joes to me. And White, what a dummy. Why give him the money before the match? Like, you're an idiot. Gave him the money, and dude went go bet all the money on them to winning them like $5 million. And then Pete bought majority ownership of Globo Gym and fired White on the spot. That's an Are We Sure? This is actually this isn't an Are We Sure? This is I know this can't happen because of how boards work, but he wouldn't have been able to fire White. Like, he
not there at the tournament. Like,
he could have fired way. But like, honestly, he could have fired any employee at Global Gym right then and there, but because White owned stock, it had to go to a board vote. Like,
right. Like somebody like Michelle would have been out of there.
Yeah, like he could have fired everybody on the team, but White, it had to go up to the board and they had to vote to see if it was enough. We literally just saw this with the WWE and Vince McMahon and how they couldn't get Vince McMahon out because they didn't have enough votes. Like, that's what would have happened. But, for the movie, they can't explain that, so I get it. Yeah. But just had to mark down, that's an Are We Sure? And then, so Peter buys majority share. We get back. We then see the pirate come back. Pirate.
Yeah, he's got like a haircut and everything. He looks like a young man.
And Owen didn't know who Pirate Steve was before, so when he walks in normally, he's like, "That's Pirate Steve." And Dwight's right there. What?
Yeah, they mentioned it before, and he was like, "I didn't know we had a pirate on the team. Like, who is this dude?"
And Dwight was like, "I ain't no way you know who that is now." Like, what?
Right.
So he turns back to Pirate Steve because Peter was like, we need someone to share this buried treasure with. But we then find out the lawyer has her name is Kate. Let me not keep calling her. I did it in my notes. I didn't write Kate until the end because she was just a lawyer. So Kate walks up and they're talking, blah, blah, blah. And then her girlfriend walks up. "Hey, I flew in to see you." And then Dwight was like, "I told you she was a lesbian." So they make out. And then she's like, "Hey, I'm not a lesbian. I want you too, Peter." And then her and Peter make out. I'm going to be honest. My girlfriend said this was an Are We Sure? As the other girl. No way you flying across the country to be with your girl, and then you see her make out with another dude, and everything's okay. No,
nobody knows about this other girl until the dodgeball tournament.
Bro, that's some movie shit.
Their careers.
That is some movie shit.
That's exactly what this is.
But hey, I real shit. This is the real life thought. She saw Peter win that $5 million, and she was like, "Hold up."
Hold up. Let me make my way to the court real quick. I need a piece of that $5 million. I'm sorry.
I'm about to get with him. Hey, that other girl, she could wait.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then the movie ends with White getting fat.
Yeah. He gets fat. I wrote down that he's a fat loser again that hates Chuck Norris. And did you see the after credit scene, like the end singer?
I didn't watch everything. No.
Gotcha. So I just watched it just to see, but yeah, there's an end singer at the end, and
that's why people thought they had a sequel.
Yeah. So he was just like still fat, and then he was like, "Oh, did you want Fatty to make it funny?" Just because he was still in the fat suit and everything.
That's
so I was like, all right, cool.
All right, let's get to the categories. First one I wrote down. Actually, let's do the quotes since that's a lot. So first quote I wrote is, "That's it, boy, getting them rims nice and deep, like with the pedophile Justin."
Yeah, like I said, his belly's all out. The dog's just like around, just like sniffing and barking at him.
From the video, dodgeball is a sport of violence, degradation, and exclusion. So when you're picking players, pick the bigger, strong kids to gang up on the weaker ones like Winston here. Oh, Winston! Yes.
Right.
I wrote down.
I got the 5 Ds of dodgeball. He's like, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. He had to think about it again.
Next thing I wrote down is, "God damn it, Bernice!"
Yes.
That little black girl was so mad.
Right. She threw her hat and everything.
I
just wanted to win the tournament.
Yeah. Then, go ahead. You can go back and forth. No, we'll go back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I got the one where where Steve was like, "Oi, that's it." I was like, okay. Like, he just committed entirely to the pirate bit.
Next thing I wrote down is "Ball me, Blazer."
Yes.
You got any more? Because I got a lot.
I got one more where I think White was talking to Pete, and he goes, "Donde está la biblioteca?" He's smoking a Black and Mild. I'm like, bro, this is such a weird assortment of things to happen.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. Next thing I wrote down is you can close your little rule book there, Poindexter. White to Gordon. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball, obviously.
Yeah, classic, yeah.
Necessary, is it necessary for me to drink my... Oh, necessary? Necessary. Is it necessary for me to drink my own urine? Patrick Houlihan. No, I like it because it's sterile, and I like the taste.
Right.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Next thing there's no resisting when White Goodman puts on his shiny shoes.
Hey, bro, yeah, there is. When it comes to you, sir.
Ouch, town, population, you. Ben Stiller be doing some wild shit. Right. Tomorrow we're gonna pecker slap those global gym bastards. Patrick Houlihan, like what? Pecker slap? Right. Like what? Next one.
Just saying things.
White to LaFleur. Facial LaFleur. Facial. Then Peter to Chuck. Thank you, Chuck Norris. Right. Joni loves Chachi.
Oh yeah. Goodman. Oh yeah, classic.
White Goodman complaining to the ref. Hey, we're starting like grease monkeys. I can't hold on to the ball. I don't know what I'm seeing. Shit. And then the next one. Oh, a 2-on-1 menage a trois. You have to pay double for that, Cotton. Pepper. Right. And then the final
just
one.
Having a blast.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to see that very well there, Cotton. Right. we put the blindfold on.
Yeah. That's just the most obvious thing to say. Yeah. So, but I didn't write them all down. But a lot of those commentary moments, I was just like, bro, what are you talking about?
Pepper, look. Cotton was perfectly casted as the straight man, but Pepper was great. And speaking of that, funniest person in the movie, who you got?
Oh, man. I got to have White Goodman, bro. Just like every time that Ben Stiller was on screen, I was just laughing. So I'm like, okay, what ridiculous thing is he gonna do now? Yeah, like he's put peach in his pants. He's let the air out of his crotch.
No, he added air to his crotch.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then it's just like, bro, the painting. It's like, what can he do next?
So I wrote down four nominations. Like you, I have White Goodman. I wrote down Pirate Steve just for the fact that dude was clowning in the beginning. I wrote down Pepper and then Patches O'Houlihan, both young and old.
And old, yes.
But because you went White Goodman, I'll do something a little different, even though that was my number one choice. I'm going to go with Pepper, man, just because Pepper was hilarious and he wasn't in a lot of the movie, but everything he said was fucking funny, bro. Like, outlandish and funny.
Like, I got this, like, I'm trying to watch the Dodgeball going, but he's just talking and I'm just like laughing.
Yeah,
I'm laughing at what's happening at the screen because what was it? What's that one team that it was like all the black guys had like velvet like
the hood team,
the super racist hood team at 2004, like Lil Jon team.
Oh shit, they had them with velour dapper dance.
They're doing like the Running Man and shit. Like,
and they put the hats they gave them was Kangol.
They had like Kangos and bucket hats. Baggy clothes, pant leg up.
The 90s stereotype, all with blue velour jumpsuits. That's hilarious.
They didn't even say a word.
No,
they were just there to be black and lose. I was like, oh my gosh,
oh
this is hilarious.
Shit. All right, let's get to some of yours. Best team.
Best team, man. Oh man, I think it might have to be that team. What were they called? The
I don't even know their name.
Oh man, I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. But God, I had to look it up. But yeah, the black team, because they just showed up, did what they had to do, and then they lost, and that was it. Just laughed that entire scene.
I'm going with Global Gym, man. Like Blade, Laser, Michelle, and Fran Stanislatskovich.
Right.
They were hilarious.
Right.
All right, best teammate. Who you got?
Best teammate, man. I gotta have Justin. Because he showed up for more than one team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he showed up for the cheerleading squad, then he showed up for the dodgeball team.
So. Hey, I'm going with Michelle. Michelle was ride or die for White Goodman.
No matter what.
No matter what White Goodman was doing, he was down. That paycheck had to be nice.
Had to. If White Goodman goes, he goes.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I'm going with Michelle. All right. Best what the fuck cameo. Who you got?
Golly, bro. It might have to be Chuck Norris. It might have to be Chuck Norris, man. I was just like, all right, we're rolling.
I kind of want to go with Lori Beth Denberg because they put her in the 69 position, but I'm going to go with David Hasselhoff because he was so mad. Like you said, I didn't know he was there.
No, they just like, they just said Hasselhoff. Yeah. I'm like, what? Then he's there, and I'm like,
he's there, and he's pissed the fuck off. I'm going, David. I'm going, David.
Mad about it all. Yeah. But also, the sound where they picked up Lori Beth off of Justin, like it's like a suction cup sound. I was like, oh no, that's so bad.
Yeah, you're right. When he got out of her crotch, it was like he was inside of a child. Like he did. Whoop, whoop. It was like, yo, what the hell? 2004.
Why that sound? Yes,
they was not putting that sound in 2023. Hell no.
Right.
All right.
Who's getting canceled?
Yeah, facts. Does this training montage work? Yes or no?
Yes, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
Getting hit by cars, getting hit by wrenches, and y'all win. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, it worked. It definitely worked.
For $5 million, yeah.
It wasn't a hard hitting training montage, but it was a funny training montage. That's very the thing. Funny. As long as you hit the qualifications, like if it's an action movie, it has to be action packed.
Effective.
But because it was funny, it was effective. To your point, it just has to be effective for whatever movie. 100%. All right, let's get to best scene.
Best scene. Oh my gosh, man.
What was your best scene?
I think the best scene to me is kind of obvious, but it's just the last dodgeball tournament, just like everything coming together. You got Pepper, you got Cotton, it's just everything. All the cameos, it's just all of it, man. But if I had to go with one in particular, it had to be with Pete putting on the blindfold just out of nowhere, grabbing the dodgeball and just pulling out tricks out of his ass and knocking White 15 yards back.
I want to go with Patches dying just because when he dies, the way they just start drinking after. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. It leads up to that, which is Gordon's child telling him, "Stand on Dad, be a man." Yeah. Just be a man. And Gordon goes, "Oh, I'm getting angry."
Right.
And just turns into the Hulk and obliterates the whole team. Like,
oh my god.
That was the best scene for me.
I love Stephen Root so much, man. Like he's just always a good character in everything, man.
He was great. All right. Best actor of the movie. Who you got?
Best actor would have to be Vince Vaughn.
Oh, interesting.
He just plays that role so well. Just being.
See, I'm glad you picked that because since you picked White Goodman as the funniest, I get to now pick Ben Stiller. Because to me, this movie doesn't work without him.
No, not at all.
I think not to disrespect Vince Vaughn, but I think you could go get like Owen Wilson's brother, Luke Wilson, who always plays like the shitty guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it could work with him. I think it could work with like, I think Seth Rogen it could have worked with, I think later Paul Rudd, like late in life Paul Rudd, not early, because early Paul Rudd was like a pothead comedian, but like
kind of stoner comedy kind of guy.
Late in life Paul Rudd, but really, actually scratch Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen, but keep Luke Wilson, and because Luke Wilson, him and Vince Vaughn play damn near the similar roles all the time. But the other person I got who is like the later version of them, which forgetting Sarah Marshall, is Jason Segel. I think Jason Segel could have did that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Jason Segel and Luke Wilson are my choices. But Ben Stiller, best actor of the movie to me. It does not like White Goodman is this movie, like 100%. Okay, so next one we got is winner of the movie.
I gotta go with Alan Tudyk.
Oh yeah, Pirate
as Steve the
Steve.
Pirate. I have to because it's just it works. He just does it. He does it.
Dude got to
like I said, I hadn't seen the movie, so when I saw him, I'm like, oh, this is Alan Tudyk. And then like the first 3 words, like, oh, I'm like, okay, I love him. He wins this for me.
Dude got to stay being a pirate and win the money. That's fucking awesome. Yes. Yeah, that's a good winner. I got Kate the lawyer because not only did she get her woman to fly across the country, but she won Peter and got some of that $5 million. So basically, let's see. So how many people on the team? Let's see something. It's Owen, Dwight, Gordon, Justin, Pirate Steve, Kate, and Pete, right? 7?
Yep.
So
7.
We're gonna do 5 million divided by 7. So each person gets about 700,000. Well, Kate gets. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. I added one too many zeros. So hold on.
Gotcha.
7100 plus 7100. So Kate ends up with $1,428,000 because she's gonna be with Peter. So they get double. She wins. Mm-hmm. Not only does she get her lady and get to munch on some carpet, she get to get some D as well and get $1 million both. And
more money to buy some unicorns with.
Yep, facts. And she can go to her job and say, hey, White Goodman lied. I get my job back. And she could probably...
I don't smoke crack, by the way.
And she could sue. She can sue White Goodman for slander and win some more money. Kate is the ultimate winner.
She got it.
Who's the loser of the movie?
Absolutely White Goodman. Absolutely White Goodman. Like for somebody that starts way up here and as the movie goes on,
he loses everything.
Here, by the time he loses that dodgeball tournament, he's below the surface.
Because I know they showed him in a shitty apartment. He should still be a millionaire, but that's why I think Kate sued him for slander because she lost her job. So and he loses everything. There's no way he should be in that shitty apartment after that. Just because he lost it, like he should have got a buyout, like there's something
anything.
Yeah, he'd have got a severance like package, bro. No way. Yeah, I like your choices, loser. I'm gonna go with Patches just to be different.
Yes,
my dude drinks his own piss and died from an Iron
by a sign
screen. A sign, yeah. Like what? That's a loser.
You got killed by a sign.
Yeah. All right, let's get 6th man of the movie. Let's talk about our starters. Vince Vaughn.
Yep.
Ben Stiller. Kate the lawyer.
Who else? Rip Torn is Patches?
Yeah, Patches O'Houlihan. Rip Torn's Patches O'Houlihan. Gotta specify.
And I guess Justin.
Yeah, Justin, you're right. Those are the 5. Because Justin got a backstory. Not everybody. Gordon and all of them didn't get a backstory. Justin did. Right. So, yeah, he's a starter. All right. Who's your 6th man? Who you got?
It's got to be Gordon. It's got to be Stephen Rooter's Gordon.
Nice. I like
because
that.
I had to keep rooting for him. I said the same thing his son said, like, bro, stand up.
I was torn between 2 people. Hank Azaria's Patches O'Houlihan or Pepper. I'm going with Pepper.
Pepper, yeah.
Dude really was only in for 15 minutes, but dropped gold. All of it.
Every time, man. Every time he opened his mouth.
That reminds me of like when those basketball players come in for 5 minutes and they drop 30 points and everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, that's Pepper.
Who are you?
Yeah.
But I love you now. I'm going to buy your jersey.
And those are all of our categories. Let's get your rating out of 10. And I know you, and look, for Dom's, I know he might not know this, but we have a comedy scale and then a normal drama scale and then an animation scale. Because I don't feel it's fair to compare. Like, for example, we rated Superbad a 9, but Ian's ass and Schubert rated Pulp Fiction low, so it ended up getting 8.5. But there's no way that Superbad's on the same. That 9 does not weigh the same as that 8.5. So I said we have to have a comedy scale, a normal drama live action scale, and then an animation scale. Because Shrek's 9 isn't the same as Superbad's 9.
Exactly. No, not at all.
So so this is a comedy scale. Just to let you know, Superbad's the top of our comedy scale at like 9.2, 9.3, something like that. So where are you going with this?
With this one, I'm going with an 8. On the comedy scale, going with an 8. It kept me laughing throughout. I wasn't really bored. It's like the perfect runtime for a movie like this, especially for the time that it came out. Yeah, the comedy holds up, as we said before, for the most part.
All right, so you went 8. I'm going 8.5.
Okay.
So we got 16.5 divided by 2. So the score of this movie is 8.25. That's our combined running back score. Stamp it. 8.25 for Dodgeball, which I think is great on the comedy scale. Now, time for my favorite portion of the show, where we choose our next movie. So you can see the screen. All right, our choices, let me just reiterate them for y'all. We have Parasite, Spotlight, A Few Dollars More, Jackie Brown, Undercover Brother, The Condemned, Moneyball, The Longest Yard, Glory Road, Basketball, Dude, Where's My Car, True Romance, Nice Guys, Jackie Brown, Death Proof, Hall Pass, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, To Catch a Thief, Uncut Gems, Punch Drunk Love, Back to the Future, The Internship, The Invisible Man, Never Back Down, Prince of Egypt, 13 Going on 30, Johnson Family Vacation, Small Soldiers, Inception, Kill Bill, Wolf of Wall Street, Gone Girl, Hook, Hereditary. Now, if it gets another comedy, do you want to do it again to see if we get a drama, or are we rocking with the comedy?
Yeah, let's switch it up.
Okay, I'm with you. So if it gets a comedy, we're going to redo it to try to get a drama. Hopefully, we get a drama on the first go. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I'm so ready. Let's see.
I'm tense, man. I'm hyped.
Let's see what we getting. Is 13 Going on 30 a comedy?
Kind of, sort of.
All right, so we're gonna.
It's kind of a rom-com.
All right, so we're gonna keep it in there.
Yeah, we'll keep it in there.
We're gonna go again. We'll see what we get.
Yeah.
Only comedy I'm willing to keep, which honestly is Johnson Family Vacation.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
That's the only one I want to do.
And Undercover Brother, Jackie Brown.
All right, we got Jackie Brown. Nice.
Okay.
Right, let's remove it. All right, so the next movie we're doing is Jackie Brown. Just to let y'all know, like we do, where y'all can stream it at. Because we're gonna record this sometime this upcoming week and drop it as well. Jackie Brown streaming. Let's see. I think it's on Amazon. Okay, so it is. Let's see. It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah, so it's on Prime right now. You can watch it.
Yep.
Doms, if you need, I'll give you my Prime account. But if not, you good. But it's on Amazon Prime.
No, good.
So y'all check out Jackie Brown. We'll be doing that next time. Doms, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
Oh, yeah, you can find me on social media at Domogary. That's Domogary. For the podcast, which is called The Dom Trap, you can find that just about anywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and that's The Dom Trap again. That's TheDomTrap. And yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Twitch, by the way, twitch.tv/DOMOGARY. I game on there sometimes. Not all the time, but
hell yeah. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my brother Doms. Check out all of his amazing content. Man.
Show me love.
Follow me at LinBWT. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Check out all of our great content. We dropped a lot of stuff. Like I said, by the time you guys are hearing this, the Oppenheimer review is out. So make sure you check that out along with Bros Who Binge.
What a film.
Where we talked about The Bear. We talked about It's Always Sunny. We talked about a lot of good stuff on there. So check that out. And yeah, a lot of good manga content, and the Bros Who Think podcast is out. So check out all of that amazing content. But until next time, probably it'll probably be earlier in the week, actually, because I have DreamCon next weekend. So, yeah.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Expect it earlier in the week. Until then, have a good one, and peace.